Let's get sweaty.
Hey guys, welcome to a Shenmue Dojo video. As you may have seen over the past few weeks and months, Frogbull has been putting together sort of 3D renders of the Shenmue environments using the Sega Saturn. We've had the U Arcade, we've had the Hardware as well. Overnight, Frogbull did a Twitch stream confirming that he's actually releasing a game for the Sega Saturn 30th anniversary competition, which is by Emerald Nova. So I think that's quite a big competition in the Sega Saturn scene. I think they run these sorts of competitions quite regularly, so fair play for that. So the game is called Shenmue Back to Yokosuka, and what it is essentially a mix of those 3D environments, but also with some sort of, if you think back to the sort of the mid-90s, that isometric sort of JRPG style, that sprite-based style, that's pretty much where we're sort of based with this game. So he released the game overnight for everybody to play. The link is in the YouTube description below for everybody to have a look at and play. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to boot the game up, have a play of it, see what I think, do a bit of commentary, and then some final thoughts at the end. I'm not going to play it all, but I'm going to play a good 10-15 minutes of this game just to get a feel for it, how we think it runs, and as I say, some final thoughts at the end. So guys, let's get underway. Just a couple of little precursors here. I will be using RetroArch with a Sega Saturn core in it, and I will be using a Xbox controller here, as it's the easiest setup that I've got for this sort of thing as well. So there may be some little caveats with the fact I'm running an emulator, and also I'm using an Xbox controller. So I will obviously mention that when we get started. But guys, let's hit the button, let's get started, and let's play this game itself. Right then guys, we're in the game itself. We've got the start screen right here, so let's dive straight in. We've got the old loading screen here. See how we go. So this, like I say, this is running through Beetle Saturn on RetroArch, so I don't know how it's going to sort of pan out in terms of loading times or anything like that, but we'll see how we go. So first and foremost, as I said, it's in sort of that isometric 2D sprite-based style. Quite like the look of it. So you use a D-pad to move. Now I'm using, as I said, an Xbox D-pad, an Xbox controller. The D-pad I find are not the best on the Xbox, but it's just for ease of me having everything set up. So you might find like a different D-pad a bit more responsive. So to move around, you'll use the D-pad. I find turning corners is better to sort of stop and then change direction as you need to, like I'm doing here. I just find it works a little bit better, but that's just for me. There we go. Let's turn it up in the volume mix for everybody as well. So talking to Sagata, he's going to teach me a secret. Are you ready? Ah, we can walk now, holding R. Brilliant. Run rather. So let's do that. Found a bit of money. Excellent. So we can go scooting through. So it suggests we're going to find some money sort of dotted around the world as we go, which is fine. And let's go. So leave Hazuki residence, go to Debwita Street. Right, so you're cutting out Yamanose, etc., which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. I guess some people may be a little bit like, because of the 3D environments that he put together originally, which I'm sure we'll find it's in the footage that he's put together. So people might be asking, why has the other world's not been put together in 3D? I suspect that's a performance thing on Saturn, and also an ease thing, because it's obviously being produced for a competition, and they need to get that ready. So I was just talking to Axel here from Streets of Rage. So we're walking down the street. So you are going to find, I guess, money dotted. There we go, money dotted around. So we get some money there, which we are going to need later on. So we're going to walk around. You can talk to all these NPCs that are sort of strolling about as well. Let me try to talk to one. Come here, talk to me. There's Barn from Fighting Vipers there. So you can talk to them. And they have traditional Shenmue type responses. And go down here. Ah, there we are. Bit of money again. Excellent. There we are. I'm getting the hang of the controls now. So musically, it's using music from the original games, which is cool. Up here, you got Sakura. I'm going to talk to her. Apparently, Zomi's looking for her. For Rio. Rio's like going to Brazil now. Excellent. Good old Rio. Maintaining his reputation as not a ladies' man. I'm going to scoot up the street a little bit. So, oh, bumped into somebody. Hideki. Let's get out of his way. What's up here? A bit more money, so we'll grab that. You found some money. Lovely. Can we go across here? No, I have to walk around it. That's fine. There's Akira. Apparently Hang On is awesome. Excellent. We do know that. Well, let's find out later. Money. So the layout's very sort of similar to the Dreamcast. Obviously, the Wii in terms of the layout. Obviously much stripped back, but that's completely expected here. And moving around, this is obviously the pathway back to Sakuruja and Yamanose, but I think this, yeah, to the Hazuki residence. So we're not going to go back there. We'll stay back here. So let's go to the car park as we've been told to do. Let's have a look around here. So, oh, the music's changing, I think, or fading out at least, which is cool. I like that fade out. Ah, that's Kage, so let's talk. So apparently he only talked to us if we played Space Harrier. Okay, let's go. Let's go and play Space Harrier and see what happens. So, enter the U arcade. Yes, I am. Let it load through. Right, we're in. So now we've got a 3D environment. So this was shown off in his original video back in November 2024. A fully 3D environment with the U arcade. So we can sort of mooch around it and have a look. So you've got the Hang On there. You've got the darts just there. Then you've got the 3 at the back there. Excite QT, QT title, Space Harrier. And then over here you've got like the games that the bikers tend to play. Which actually you can go up and play, believe it or not. But we're not going to play those. And there's a little bit of voiceover just there. So coming over here, let's have a look. We've got Excite QTE 2, which you can play. QT Title, which you can play. And Space Harrier, which we're going to give a go first. So let's hit the button and give this game a go. Beautiful, here we are, Space Harrier. This is the Master System version, which is fine. Right, so here we go. Let's see how badly I suck at this. Ah, so it's D-pad controls, and I've already died. Excellent. It's a really good start there. Right, here we go. So it's D-pad controls, and we're now moving. Yeah, it runs quite well actually. I'm going to die in a minute, but that's not an issue. There we go, we're dead. We'll go use our last life. I'm getting battered here. God, this is much harder than normal Space Harrier. And I'm dead. There we go. So we've exited the game now. And let's have a look at what else we can do. So it's loading back through currently. There we are. So there's a little bit of delay with the loading, but I guess in these days when we're so used to sort of PS5 SSD loading, you sort of sit there going, is it working? Is it not? It's fine. It's just being used to that sort of level of load. And I'd say it's on an emulator, so there's probably an element of that as well. So QT title you can play. So I pressed the wrong button there. Think it might be where I've set up my C button on my controller, so I need to work that out. That's not the game's fault, that's my fault for sucking. So that works, that's fine. Ah, there we go. My C button's mapped funny. So now you can see the game's working. There you go. That was deliberate error. But the game works. You can see that works quite nicely. The button mapping is my fault, not the game's fault. Let's go to Excite QTE 2. You can play this, I believe, as well. Oh, no, you can't. Okay. Never mind. So you can see QTE title works for sure. And if you come over here, you can play any of these games as well, which I think is pretty cool. But we're going to go back outside. I think you can play Space Hang On as well. Yeah, you can. Excellent. So we might have a go at that later. So we'll let it load through again. As I say, we're so spoiled these days with loading times that you sort of look there and go, oh, okay, is it working, is it not? But yeah, it's just the way things are these days. And like I say, this can run on a base Sega Saturn, full real hardware. I don't know if it can run through like something like Saturn Saru or something like that. But as I say, I'm using RetroArch and the Beetle Saturn core to make it work. So now I've played Space Harrier, I need to listen. Head to Amahama Port, but it's hard to get in. Strange things happen there. You will need to join a gang for access. Maybe Axel Stone can help. So he's telling me to go talk to Axel. So that's what we're going to do. We go back across. We came across Axel earlier. There he is. And he's telling me to talk to Barn. So getting true sort of Shenmue gameplay here. Go around asking people for clues. That's very normal for Shenmue. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go ask for some information. Here he is. Oh, he's very polite. Tells me to get lost. He wants to join the gang. $30,000 and I've got probably nothing close to that. 5,000 exactly. Oh, definitely don't have a lot of money there. Where am I going to get 30,000 yen from? Let's have a look through. So in true Shenmue fashion, you've got to go around and find out. So go back to Kage, talk to him. So you're going to Akira to lend money to true martial artists. So suggesting we go back home. This is what we'll do. We'll keep going for a little bit longer before I give some sort of final thoughts. And we're back at the dojo. Now, can I go in the dojo yet? I'm just interested to know. Not time. Okay, so let's not go in there. You can't go to the dojo. Let's go back over to here. Okay, so what do we do here then? Let's go and... You must play Sega Saturn. Back in. Let's have a look down the street again. Let's talk to Axel. So they default back to sort of general stuff, general chatter. Hello there. Right. Well, we found some money, so now I've got 6,000. We're a little bit closer, I guess. Does the money regenerate then? It might not, in fairness. He wants his 30,000 yen. Still, fine. Let's just go down here and see if there's anything in here. No, the money doesn't regenerate. It's just money that I missed, which is fine. We'll keep walking. Actually, I can talk to Sakura. She might have an idea of what to do. Oh, no. She does not. People won't talk to me. Let's talk to Akira again. Oh, he's just giving me the money because I spoke to Sagata. Right. Let's go. We got our money. We have our money. Excellent. I'm quite impressed I have my money. Was not expecting to have my money. So let's go and give Barn his 30,000. The thieving git. So he's got the money. Take the bus to Amihama. Better know how to drive. No amateurs in my gang. Right. But before that, we're going to go to the arcade very quickly. Have a quick look through. Walking down the street. I do like his sprite design. Actually, I do think it's very well designed. So we're going to go to the arcade if it will let me. It should do. Yes, let's go in. So back into the 3D environment. And we're going to play ourselves a touch of Hang On. And then we're going to go to the harbour to round things off. So give it a second to load through. There we go. Oh, it loads pretty quick actually. Oh, wrong button. Idiot. My fault. Let's give this a load. We'll leave it there because I cocked that up and I want to go to the... But as you can see, Hang On does work. I just made a mess of it. That's my fault. So we're going to go over to the harbour. Loady load. There we go. Let's go. So we just walk down the street, keep going. There's the old bus stop. I like the model for the bus stop. Yes, I do. So we'll wait for the bus to Amihama. And then let's see what we get when we get there. I imagine this is where the 3D environment of the harbour and the forklift racing. Yeah, here we are. So we are forklift racing by the looks of this. I do like the look of this harbour, I will say that. It looks really cool. Definitely can feel the sort of the Sega Saturn trailer vibes from back in the day on the Shenmue 2 Dreamcast disc. Does look cool. So we're getting like a bit of a look around the harbour. Ah, so we're into racing. Right, so using R to accelerate, albeit very slowly because we're away now. And then we just drive around. Oh, I've driven into somebody. Good old forklift racing. Ah, no. Oh, I broke it. I caught that right up. There we go. Come on, forklift. Get accelerating. There we are. Right, it's moving now. We're moving. And we still suck. Ah, dear. You can change the camera angle. While we're at it, we can reverse using L. And I'm getting lapped. Oh, dear. Right, we're moving at least. Right, we are moving now. Clearly, I'm terrible at this. So just a short loop round the harbour looking at it. There we are, guys. That's the game itself in all its sort of glory. I didn't do the forklift racing any favours, but we'll leave things there. Overall, I think it's a nice experience. The 3D environments are very well put together. Obviously, I think the controls probably do with a little work on the forklift racing, but I'm going to blame that rather than my inability to run the forklifts properly. Having a lot of the arcade games playable is really cool. As I said, you can play Hang On, you can play Space Harry, you can play QTE Title, and the 4 games on the tabletop device, you can play all of those as well. I thought for the benefit of this video, I won't play them all just because there's going to be quite a lot of those kicking around, and you can try that at your leisure as you go. So as I say, guys, it's a really solid entry for the Saturn 30th anniversary competition. Frogbull's done a really good job with it. I love the 3D environments. I'd like to see a 3D environment for the Hazuki Dojo potentially. We'll see how that ends up going forward. I don't know if there's going to be further developments and patches on this game as well. But again, I really like the aesthetics around it. It is a proper throwback to sort of the 1994, 1995 aesthetic with the sort of 2D isometric sort of JRPG look. That's great. The sprite for Ryo is really cool. The sprites for Akira, Barn, Kage, etc. are really well put together. I think they're really cool, and I think it has a nice art style to it. And as I say, the 3D environments really do capture that Sega Saturn era, especially around the Shenmue trailer, which came out on the Dreamcast Shenmue 2 disc all those years back. So as I say, if you want to check it out, the links is in the YouTube description below. Hope you enjoyed this video and my random commentary on the whole thing, and go and try it out for yourself. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll be back with a video in the not too distant future. For now, guys, take care, have a good one, and I'll see you soon.